Now the sun is setting on another beautiful evening here in the high country on a multi-day backpacking trip with my buddies. And when I go on adventures like this, I really look for compact fixed blades that I can either mount to my chest pack, this is my 5'11 Skyweight chest pack, or to a shoulder strap, because I know some of you maybe aren't a huge fan of chest packs, that's fine. But a compact fixed blade that can do basic utility. It's not a dedicated bushcraft knife. It's not a dedicated survival knife. It's for cutting my fishing line, doing food prep around camp, doing some fine whittling, just getting some feather sticks going if I need to help the fire along, things of that nature. And up until this point, I never thought I would find a WE knife on my pack, but this is the WE Knives NOTCHLINE. It is from what appears to be maybe a new series, the Hunter series. And guys, really glad WE Knives sent this over to me right before I left on that trip, because as soon as I started to handle it, I realized that this breaks the mold when we compare it to other compact fixed blades that are focused first on hunting, second on utility and woodscraft in a few distinct ways. I am stoked. Having carried it on this trip and used it, I'm going to share with you my experience, what I like about it, some standout characteristics, maybe some things that could be changed. We're going to find out today, and just talk some blades and this concept of having a hunting knife usually lands in this category, but a lightweight compact fixed blade as your main go-to when you're out exploring. If you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Gideonstactical. We're going to head on back to the Blade Boot Camp and talk about some blades. Now, the first way that the NOTCHLINE breaks the mold is with the dimensions of the blade. Coming in at 3.45 inches overall, the cutting edge is 3.3, with a high flat grind, and here's the kicker, a stock thickness of 0.17. That is significantly thicker than when you compare it to, say, an MKC, which is under 1/8 of an inch thick, or a BENCHMADE, which is right around 1/8, and these both sport full flat grinds, means that they're very slicey, but they don't have robustness. I mean, just look at the difference in those two tips. I would never be doing a 2x4 test with most of my full flat grind caping and hunting knives, skinning knives. This thing blew through it with flying colors. And that means that it will still be scalpel sharp. It was easily able to do any type of like skinning of fruits and vegetables without any problems, going through all different types of material, easily slicing through, say, cardboard. If you wanted to use this as a compact EDC fixed blade, it has the potential to definitely fit into that category. Being able to go through cordage, rope, I mean, you name it, whatever type of material you might want to be just doing utility with and use instead of a pocket knife, this is easily going to be able to do that. But then ultimately the durability in harder tasks, and that's why I really connect with it for the great outdoors. I'm able to do compact batoning, no problem. I mean, I put waves in full flat grind thin blades before when I'm batoning and going through stuff. This thing, because of the grind geometry and the thicker stock, allows me to pound on it in ways that most other compact fixed blades aren't going to allow you to do without failure. And we talked about this before. Really thin full flat grinds don't carve wood very well. They tend to slide off, and I just have a really hard time getting the perfect angle. Because of the thicker stock and flat grind or saber grind, this thing is a curling master. This thing is going to easily be able to compete in the Olympics when it comes to feather stick making. Now, you always have to take in consideration, first and foremost, the dimensions, the grind, the geometry of a blade before we talk about the steel. But I think they did a good job choosing CPM S35EN for the steel with an HRC claimed of 58 to 60. S35EN is one of my favorite all-around stainless steels. It's relatively easy to resharpen in the field. It holds a good edge. It's durable, and it's rust resistant. Now, there's a trade-off to having a knife that's a little bit more overbuilt like this NOTCHLINE. But just a few moments ago, a serious medical emergency almost occurred.
Oh, it was like on. Oh my God. Hey, Aaron.
What?
I hooked Nate in the cheek. I just need
Wow, thank goodness my brother is all right. The fly just hit my brother in the cheek and we were able to pull it out, you know, a Band-Aid and some antiseptic. But I mean, 2 inches up, and if he hadn't been wearing his glasses, his eyeball might be in the lake right now. And now we have a serious situation on our hands, and that couldn't be a better setup for the sponsor of today's video, which is an essential piece of gear now for years when I go out on trips like this, and it should be for you. I'm talking about ZOLEO and their updated satellite communication device. Now, this refresh has some cool stuff I want to share with you. But before I share what those are, I genuinely have enjoyed using my ZOLEO device for going on half a decade now and have taken it with me on all of my outdoor adventures, regardless if it's day hikes, multi-day backpacking trips, car camping with the family, and even used it as we full-time RV'd across America for a year. Having that peace of mind when I'm out of cell service to be able to stay in contact with loved ones at home, to let them know I'm doing okay, give them an update, and share my GPS coordinates with them. And as we just saw, if an emergency was to arise, I can hit the SOS button and start communicating with first responders. Now, when it comes to the updated device, first is the USB-C charging, making it more streamlined so I don't have to have multiple cords for multiple devices. Followed up by the high-vis limestone colorway, making it a lot easier to see in low light conditions if you accidentally drop it by mistake around camp, or when you're trying to locate it on a piece of gear in a high stress situation. And also has an enhanced tactile feel around the body and the SOS button, along with fast, secure Bluetooth pairing to your smartphone to use the ZOLEO app. And since it's able to function on its own with up to 200 hours of battery life, means that it empowers me to go further, longer, and have that peace of mind that ZOLEO has been providing for me for years. And so, I encourage you, if you love to explore and want reliable communication, check out ZOLEO. I have a link popping up here to their site. It's in the description box below as well, along with my exclusive 10% off promo code you can apply towards the purchase of the device. So what are you waiting for? Grab your ZOLEO, because your next adventure is calling. Now, that trade-off I was talking about has to do with weight. The knife itself, 4.3 ounces, and then with the sheath, it's around like 6.5 ounces. And when you compare that to, say, like a compact MKC, which whole package could be sometimes under 2 ounces, or maybe about 4 for the BENCHMADE, means that in some cases it's a little overweight, and you'll have to determine if that's a non-issue for you or a non-starter. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And just look at the copper fiber handle scales. Now you can get like a carbon fiber, just kind of blackout version as well, but this copper kind of looks like fish scales a little bit and is just ultra cool, and it's got some texture to it as well. It's not slick. So this is one of the most unique and functional handles you're going to find with these kind of lightweight hunting style knives, because what we usually get is something like on, say, an MKC, just a paracord wrap, very thin. I mean, it's functional. It gets, you know, the job done, but if you ever get gunk on it, it's definitely going to stink, and then it's a nightmare to clean or have to rewrap or whatever. This is, you're not going to have to deal with that. So you're going to get a girthy 0.7 on the maximum thickness right here on these scales, even thicker than like the BENCHMADE. I mean, we got a good palm swell, and from guard to bird beak, which is where your hand is going to rest, it's 3 5/8 of an inch right there. And I have 3 1/4 knuckle span with my large size hands. So when I grip it, it's just enough. I don't feel the bird beak, the guard locks me in, and now I can use it in a lot of different ways that a lot of other knives in this size range and in this weight class, they're just super thin, they're just super narrow and just not very ergonomic. This is one of the most ergonomic for long cutting tasks hunting knives in this compact, you know, I don't know, exploratory size range that I look for than what we normally see. And it does have a hidden lanyard hole that's quite large. You could easily run some paracord through there without much difficulty, and gives some really good scalp pinch points along with 2 sets of light jimping. So you can really do a caping, like pull cut if you want, or some sort of draw move. It's gonna feel really good in that grip along with your standard hammer grip or a reverse grip, giving you just enough right there to rest your thumb and the leverage you need. Now, when it comes to the idea of these compact blades, the sheath and its mounting is essential. If it's big, bulky, or doesn't allow for certain attachment points, it can be a non-starter, at least for me. So here's what I really like. The sheath is really narrow. So not only will it mount to my gear easily, it will absolutely fit in your pocket and not take up a ton of real estate. Add to that we have a nice drainage hole. It is silent, so those of you using it for hunting and those type of things, you're not gonna have rattling and possibly scaring the game, so that's excellent. You're not gonna lose it. I mean, this thing is locked in, but has a good thumb ramp to be able to deploy when necessary, no walk up or anything like that, and has a nice secure click. It comes with a type of a Blade Tech lock. It does give a lot of lashing points once you get it, rotated wherever you want, and if necessary, this will absolutely work with an ulti clip to mount to specific types of gear, or I think could absolutely work as a pocket EDC. So now finally to the cost. How does this stack up to maybe some other blades that I've been talking about today? Well, this particular variant is gonna run you right around $200, and then if you go with the uncoated, not copper fiber version, that one's about like $178, let's just call it $180. So $180 to $200 depending on the variant. And I'll have links popping up here over to Blade HQ, Knife Center, DLT Trading, Amazon, all the different affiliate programs I regularly partner with. So at any point in time, if one of these models or the competitive options make sense, always appreciate when you check them out through here or in the description box below. This is an MKC Mini Speed Goat, Magna Cut, USA made, no handle. The Kydex sheath, I would argue, is overall better because it comes with the clip. I don't have to add anything to it. It is lighter weight, but if I'm doing anything outside of basically like cutting fishing line or cleaning game, this tool is not super functional for me. This, how I use tools, tends to be something I would gravitate to more because of the much fuller handle and the more durable blade. So there's a trade-off there, and these things are gonna go for about $200 on average. And then if we look at the steep country, S30V, I prefer S35 VN. I like it more. But the S30V, obviously USA made in China, about 175 to 180 is what I've recently been seeing it. I like the sheath more because it actually comes with an attachment. The steep country does not. And the full flat grind, great for slicing, but obviously, again, not as durable. The handle, not gonna be as comfortable as what's on the Wii knife. So there's definitely an argument to be made that if you're just looking for a purely hunting knife, these might be the better option because they are thinner stocked, they are lighter weight. But if you want more out of this type of knife than just skinning, that's where this Wii knife is, for me, really impressive and bring something unique to the table and for the way that I use these style of tools, and it eliminates the need for a pocket knife when I go fishing, hiking, camping, backpacking, hunting, you name it. But because it's still compact and relatively lightweight, I can have it anywhere for quick access, especially when I have a heavy pack on, instead of burying it deep down in the bag, making it unaccessible till I get to my location. So guys, that's me and my mileage. I hope that this video has been fun, entertaining, giving you the data you need on a brand new Wii knife, and I hope to see a lot more, not only in this style, but even in this hunting range. But let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, check out the other videos, subscribe, and always remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and I'll see you out there.